Good morning. Today is August the 1st, and thought I would answer some of the questions that I got sent actually, and get a little bit more into the meditation that I started with you last week. So one of the questions that I actually got was, I'm finding it really hard to calm my mind down, and therefore I don't want to actually stay with it because it seems so challenging. Yes, this is challenging if you have a busy mind. It takes time, just like anything that you do. Learning to run, anything that you do that's new, bodybuilding, eating healthy, it's a challenge because your mind and body are so ingrained in the chemicals that it has been receiving. And by chemicals, I mean the endorphins or the extra melatonin, or the change in hormones, or all these chemicals in the body. Every single emotion has a chemical. So when it's used to you sitting on the couch and watching television, it's sending chemicals into the body to make you relax and feel good. And the body doesn't like to change. The mind doesn't like to change. It likes habit. So it takes a lot of time to make sure to create that inertia in the body. I mean, it takes time to move that, the old memory of the mind and body. So my suggestion is, like I said, go and get a timer and start at 20 seconds. Just 20 seconds to sit there. And the next day, 30, because what that does is it creates an end point for the mind and body, so it feels, oh, okay, I'm going to be done soon. Because when you leave the mind open to this long idea of a 30-minute meditation, when it's not used to it, it's going, oh my God, that's going to take so long. So my suggestion is A, definitely get a timer, but B, another thing is to start your meditation. If you find that sitting up and the mind is super busy and you're having a hard time feeling, try some music that really activates a feeling in you. So for example, if I want to, say I've had some anger in me lately and I'm really feeling like I need to deal with that, and let's just say it was yesterday or whatever, and I didn't have time to deal with it at the time because I was busy working or whatever, I go and put on like heavy metal music that really irks me, and it brings up that feeling, so I can activate it and feel it in the body. And then I don't go to the thoughts of yesterday, I just feel the anger that's sitting in me. Often it's sitting in my guts and sitting in, the center region of the body. So I just feel it out until it dissipates. And then when that happens, often music really doesn't bug me so much anymore. So, or if you've been feeling sad lately, don't go look for why you've been feeling sad. That really doesn't matter. It's a natural thing for the mind to go look, well, why am I sad? Why am I this? Why am I that? But the problem is, if you go answer it, you're going to go and reorganize things to try to just make yourself feel better. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to deal with the emotions that are stuck in the body and release them naturally. And then underneath, like an onion, after you peel it, underneath that, there's a natural joy that exists within us. So I don't want you to reorganize it and put it somewhere else in the body or in the mind by going and analyzing where by chance the sadness could have come from. So just be okay with not knowing, feel out the sadness, and then let it release on its own. And the release, for sadness often is crying. If you start crying when you're doing your meditation and you're just crying for no reason whatsoever, don't look as to why you're crying. Just cry and let it out. And crying is like cleansing. It's like water. So it's going and cleansing the cells and cleansing the molecules of the body and cleansing the energy field of the body. And so you need that cleansing. But if you go and look for, why am I crying? Why am I crying? Because we're so used to thinking we need a reason to cry, that once again, you're getting that brain involved. And we don't want that brain involved. We don't want the analytical process involved in this practice. We want to just relax, let go, be calm, and allow the mind to relax. And as long as you're looking for a why all the time, the brain doesn't relax, because it just can always come up with another reason as to why. Somebody else emailed me just asking me why meditation is the most effective form of change. You know, everything can be an effective form of change. You know, I don't say just to meditate and it's going to heal everything. That's not what I'm promoting. You know, sometimes we need Western doctors. Sometimes, you know, you need Western medicine. Sometimes what works for you is eating healthier food. But on a whole, if you meditate every day, you will notice not only a molecular change in the body, you'll also notice a calmer mind, so that the decisions you can make towards things that are going on in your life, the disease that is going on in your life, are more decisive. It feels like you know, and you're no longer guessing, which is a huge thing. You know, when people say, I think I gotta go do this, or I think I have to go do that, that's really guessing. When you really know, you feel it in the deep, deep, deepness of your core and in your heart. In this area of the body, it's just so strong. And meditation calms the mind enough to get you into the body to feel what it is you really are supposed to be doing next, or the next aspect of your journey. So there's many benefits to the body. The universe really knows, or some people call it God. You can call it many different names. It really knows what's best for you. You know, it's this incredible energy force and an incredible field that knows absolutely everything about everyone at every time, and all it really wants is what's the best for you. So as long as you're trying to control life and trying to make it happen, you know, you're really not allowing the universe to do what it's wanting for you here. So you got to kind of get out of the way, and meditation really helps that. You know, I know many people do guided or visualizing when they do a meditation, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you have no attachment to the outcome. So, for example, if you are trying to manifest fabulous wealth, great. If you get it, great. If you don't, it's not your journey here. And so, you know, you have to really come from a place of non-attachment. But the great thing about meditating to the idea of no thought and just feeling in the body is you're getting out of the way. You are no longer allowing the brain to be involved in this process, or the analytical brain to be involved in this process. You're getting out of the way and allowing the universe to really take over, giving a little bit of control away, so that the universe can really lead you on a path of what's best for you. That's why I love meditation so much, because truthfully, in the past, I have had such, you know, I want to control everything. I'm like holding on to these tight ropes, and it causes struggle in the life. It causes for a hard life. It just seems like, you know, when people do that, nothing ever seems to go right. You're taking a step forward and 2 steps back. And I've had that experience totally in my past. Like, so when I get out of my own way and I allow myself to just let go and let the universe take course, everything falls into place. I need do nothing, and I just walk the path and watch the signs and allow the universe to show me what's the next best step on my journey. Meditation is very calming. So if you have, another great thing about meditation is if you have, let's say you're like a battery and you have 100% energy every single day. So every morning you wake up, you have that recharge of the battery. Most people are running their brain, an analytical brain, 90 to 95% of their day. So the body is tired, and that causes the adrenal glands to really pump in the fight or flight mode. And as long as you're in fight or flight, you're never really feeling truly rested. You're never feeling really truly relaxed, because you're always in survival mode. So the great thing about this meditation is that it calms the brain down so that it can give energy somewhere else in the body, in the energy field, wherever else in the body that it needs it. So if you are using 95% of your battery every day on thinking, and you have liver disease, how are you expecting the energy field to go and heal the liver? you only have 5% left for the day. So when you calm down the mind and the analytical brain, the energy can go and focus on the liver or focus wherever there is disease in the body. So that's another great thing about meditation. Another great thing is when you're meditating, actually, your body can effectively burn fat. So let me explain that. What actually happens is when you meditate, the adrenal glands calm down. And as I said in my video before, or another time, as long as the adrenal glands are pumping out adrenaline and your body's pumping out cortisol, which you'll find in that little spare tire in the tummy area, as long as that's happening, your body's in fight and flight. So fight and flight is when your body thinks it's in starvation mode, for example, and so you're not going to lose weight. Even if you eat healthy, you can eat leaves every day and you won't lose weight because you'll end up, you're pumping out so much cortisol into the body that your body is trying to store as much fat as possible, and instead it'll make you tired to burn your energy in a different way. So the great thing is that when you calm down the stressor of your life with meditation, your body can start to burn that fat more effectively, and it actually speeds up your metabolism. You have greater memory retention, so your intuition heightens, like it goes through the roof as long as you are meditating properly. And I don't mean properly as in there's a good and a bad or a right and a wrong. It's just when you really can get into no mind. And it takes time. It really takes time. But no mind is where you actually go to find your intuition, where you actually go to find your psychic ability, to the point where you feel everyone you see, you hear what they're thinking, and that process definitely takes time, but as you go into 30 seconds of no mind, and then 45, and then a minute, and so on and so forth, and the more that your energy field is encased in your body and really grounded in your body, the more that someone will walk by and you'll just be like, I can feel their anger, or I know that they're this, or I know they're going through that. And as long as you don't get involved in their stuff and stay detached to it, that's another big key with intuition, is staying detached from other people's emotions. You will notice it's extremely easy to pick up other people's stuff. It's also really great for photographic memory. So you actually, as you become more present, you remember things people say verbatim. There's no more gossip in your life. You just don't want to deal with that anymore, and you don't want to deal with people who have that in their life, because what actually ends up happening is you see their fakeness. You see how the stories they tell are not factual, and they're just doing it on a drama level so that they can get some sort of a reaction out of other people. You tend to stop hanging out with people who want you to feel sorry for them, which, oh, I feel so sorry for this person because their, wife left them or whatever. You stop feeling sorry for them because you know that, A, it's a piece of the journey they're meant here to have. And then secondly, you stop feeling sorry for them because you know that, the story they're telling you is a story purposely to get a reaction out of you, purposely to get you to feel sorry for them. Just to give you an example, have you ever had somebody come to you, and so they come over to you and they're really upset with somebody else, and because something has happened between, say person A and person B. When they come to you in the anger, they come so much in their anger that if you are really good friends and attached to them, you actually take a part of that anger, and then you get angry at the other person and you make a judgment on that other person. And what you're actually doing, you get to the point where during meditation, you no longer do that. You look at the other person and you're like, that's interesting. And you no longer have a judgment on what anybody else says about somebody else, because you know that that is their truth. And I'm sure that if you heard the other person's side of the story, they as well would have something negative to say about the other person. So your emotions become more even-keeled. You look at life in more of a realistic manner. And you're no longer so emotional to the point where other people's stuff really affects you. So that's just a few things that I thought I would go through with the questions and answers that I thought I would bring to you from people that had emailed me online.